Hi Taurus, welcome back to Key Wisdom Tarot. My name is Ruth and I'm your Reiki Master and Tarot Reader. This Taurus is your bi-weekly general reading for the dates between the 23rd of January and the 6th of Feb. I'm going to draw 6 cards initially. The first 3 are going to relate to this final week in January, and the second 3 cards are going to relate to this first week in February. Okay, I've already shuffled and meditated. I'll do a little bit more of that on camera and then we shall get started. Just bear with me a second. I'm going to take that out as well. Okay, there we go. Okay, so just bear with me. These are I had my eyes closed then. I was like this. Anyway, let me just put these in neaten them up for you, darlings. Okay, so for those of you that are new to the channel, these are your cards for the week, and these are your clarifying cards, and I'll know when to I'll know where they go during the reading. And this is your card, the Two of Swords. This is at the bottom of the reading, the base of the reading. So when we talk about the card at the base of the reading, we mean the overall energy or experience that you're going to be going through, the overall karmic experience or karmic focus for you, excuse me, over this 2-week period. And when I was shuffling before I started, before I turned the camera on, this card was actually at the bottom of the deck then as well. So it's interesting, and I noticed it. And so this is really about a decision with the Two of, excuse me, really about making a decision or acting, or in this instance, not acting on a decision. Excuse me. Really knowing what you need to do, understanding that, but really not, taking any action on that. So it's interesting. Let's see. Bear with me a second. I've had to readjust. Okay, let's see. Tiny's asleep on me here, by the way, as well. So, hello, Mushkin. Oh. Anyway, so this is about making a decision or not, basically. So we'll see how this affects your reading, Taurus. Excellent first card to start off with. We've got the Six of Wands. This is in this last week of the month of January, and we've got the Six of Wands. Excellent card here. Wand energy is about our passions, the things that we're passionate about. It's about our energy and our self-expression, our creativity, our imagination. And this is really about being seen. The Six of Wands is a card of being seen, a card of you being seen, a card of you being celebrated, congratulated on something, on some success that you've had. So it seems like a successful week for you guys, Taurus. It seems like, up until the end of the month, you've got success and recognition coming toward you. Number 6 on the Tree of Life, incidentally, is beauty. And beauty I always talk about as being the appreciation of something. So being able to appreciate in ourselves, like the lovers, being able to appreciate both our masculine and feminine aspects, or our active, where we take action and why we take action, the motivations behind them, and also the experiences that we've been through. So it's looking as if with this, you guys are you've maybe overcome something, or you've moved through something that might have been quite difficult, might have been quite public, but it looks like we're having a sense of moving out of that energy. Now, what I was going to say is, when I said about it might be being quite public, actually, it might be that's actually had an impact on your self-esteem though. You know, so there might have been a situation that's been quite difficult, and for you to resolve a decision that you've not wanted to make or trying not to make, and basically trying to keep the peace, trying to be diplomatic also with the number twos. And no, you're not going to do that anymore. Because actually how it's made you feel is a fraud. Like, it's empty. It's empty. Some of you are performing monkeys. You know, you like doing something because that looks really good on the surface. Like, or, you know, you're doing something, you know, so, you know, you're being supportive to this friend, or you know, you're being supportive to your lover, or whatever it is, yeah. But you are so disconnected from what's on the outside. Your actions and your emotions are so disconnected, it's unbelievable. It's like there's like a complete void. It's like you're hidden inside yourself like a little ball, and the world sees this other person that's really like all like this and like confident, and like, you know, everyone loves that person, everyone loves you, Taurus. But actually there's like a complete disconnect. There's a complete disconnect going on. There's like a void. Like, it's like it's really straight. Oh God, it's like there's a complete void between what is going on the outside, you know, how you're saying you feel, how you're saying you know what you're saying you want, and actually what you're feeling on the inside. They're two completely different things and completely separate things. And actually you're starting to realize, you're starting to see that contrast, and to recognize that contrast within yourself. You're starting to recognize that something's not working. It's not, you're feeling bad about yourself, you're feeling down about yourself, you're feeling like it's so fake. Like, your life is fake. Like, your life is fake. Like, that is how some of you feel. You feel like your life is just totally fake. Like, you're lying to everyone, and you feel it's making you feel really like you want to give it all up. You want to run away. You want to get, you know, you want to stop that. This is what this energy, and actually that's not the meaning of the sorry, I was very didactic when I said that, wasn't I? But it's not the meaning, I suppose, of the Five of Pentacles, but that is sad. I feel sad. Like, you've got this void in your life, and you are like, it's like you're watching yourself. It's like you're inside yourself, inside your body, watching yourself, like, and you're so far away from, removed from, you're just doing this, you're just going through the motions, but you feel so disconnected from what your experience is, from what you're actually doing. Oh, thank God for that. We've got the this is clarifying. We've got the Ace of Pentacles here. So you've got a new place to put your energies, it seems like. And it seems like there's like a see, it's like a decision, but it's like things are set in stone. It's like things are already established. Things are already set in stone. And so you kind of like are just going along with it because it's set in stone. So you might have a business partner, for example, or a husband or a wife or whatever, you know, but whatever. It's like everything is how it is, and it's like it's fixed in stone. And some of you might be in the public eye, or people might be able to see this. You might work with other people, or you might be a very popular couple or whatever, a popular family or whatever in the area or whatever. And it's like things are set in stone kind of thing. So this is like, you know, we're in the UK. I'm in Leeds here. I don't think I've ever met a preacher in my life, but it's like, you know, in America, like when they have these evangelical, you know, they've got it in over here as well, actually, on telly, you know, like people preaching on telly. And I was watching E-News the other day, the only news I watch, and there was this couple, you know, like a married man, a minister and his wife, and they were preaching, you know, the gospel and all that. And then it came out that he was like, he was like fraudulently like moving money and like using the money for the church to like for his own life, and then he was having an affair. And it's kind of like that. It's kind of like your roles are just like them two. I can't remember what the names are if it life me now, but it's like their lives are established. It's like, you know, everyone sees you as, this is who you are. You're this couple. You're this family. You're this great person. You're this great boss. You're this, and you like go along with it. You're just like, yeah, I'm a great wife. Yeah, I'm a great minister. Like you're just like going along with like those ideas. But oh my God, you are so far removed from that. You do not feel that way. It's not real to you. And thankfully, you're getting a new beginning. It's looking like, wow. Oh my God. I mean, I'm happy for you because it's time to cut. I'm going to swear. It's time to cut this shit. That's what it feels like. It's like, cut it out. It's like you have this like a moment of clarity. And do you know when people say that I had a moment of clarity? If you've never, I have had a moment of clarity in my life, and oh my God, it is literally like that. It's literally like everything else. I was in a room full of people, a party, and it was like everyone else disappeared almost, and all I could hear, and it was like you have these real glaring moments of clarity. And I literally got up from where I was sitting at this was years ago, at this party, and I got up and I got into a taxi, and I never went back to that place ever again. I never saw those people ever again. And it was like and they were like anyway, it doesn't matter. I'm not going to go into depth and detail about my life and whatever. Having a great life, me. Anyway, in many ways, in some ways, anyway, oh God, I'm digressing. Anyway, so it looks like a moment of clarity is coming through. And actually, that moment of clarity really changes things practically. Like, it's like, you are done with something. You are done with something. You're done with faking it. You're done with living the fake life that you've been living. You're done with, that's how you feel about your life. You feel that your life's fake, or some of you do. I'm done living this fake life. I'm done pretending like this is but like, what the fuck am I doing? Sorry to swear. What am I doing? Like, that is what it's coming out like. Like, what the fuck am I doing? I cannot do this anymore. That's what these energies are like. And not only do you have that thought, that clarity, you also, something new comes into, maybe something, this is what comes in to help you realise. You know, maybe something happens that helps you realise this moment, that helps to bring about this moment of clarity. Maybe you're offered a job or an opportunity or a relationship or something. And it's that, the offer in itself of this pentacle, whatever this might be, because this is something real world that you see, something that you'll be able, that is manifested. So it might be a job, a car, a house, a boyfriend, whatever. This is clarity, you know, with the swords, thoughts, minds, clarity, consciousness, communication, what we say, what we allow ourselves to say, what we think, what we allow ourselves to think. And it's like it's like these two come together. So it's kind of like, maybe one thing brings the other. I don't know. You have a moment of breakthrough, a moment of clarity, and that makes you go and get something, or, you know, that makes you want to go and, I don't know, put a deposit down on a house. I don't know, whatever it is. And then, or it could be vice versa. It could be, you know, someone offers you an opportunity, offers you a job, and then you suddenly be like, oh my God, like, I need to take this opportunity because I've been so miserable. And if this opportunity didn't come up, I wouldn't have even allowed myself to admit how miserable I've been, for example. Yeah. So it's a very positive end to January for you guys. But I'm like, I want to see what's February's coming. Oh, this one. Oh God, sorry. They're really strong energies, actually, these two particularly, but we'll see what's coming out. So we've got Page of Wands. So let me just have a drink. I keep my drink covered with a little plastic lid so it doesn't go cold. Okay, so we've got the Page of Wands. Now, this is about taking action, moving in a direction that is helpful to you, or someone coming toward you and offering you help and support, maybe. Now, the reason I say that is because pages are helpers. They're about assistance, providing us with assistance. So it could be in a spiritual sense or in a non-physical sense, in an energetic sense. So it could be that you feel empowered, you feel excited, you feel able to produce something or to make something happen. You've got the energy, you've got the impetus to do that with the Page of Wands, because the page is also active, so it's masculine, or it's linked to the fire signs. Aries, Leo, Sag, it's linked to fire, but it's also linked to Mars, which is about action. It's about taking action, moving in a direction, going out in the world, for example. So it could be that help is on its way toward you, or that you are, when I said that, this wanted to come out. So it could be that help is on its way to you, or that you are going to help someone, or going to do something differently. And it could be related to this energy here of the Four of Cups. Now, this is really what I've been describing, feeling despondent, feeling like, so disconnected from yourself, so disconnected energetically and emotionally from what you're actually experiencing in your life. It's like you're going through the motions, like living your life, doing things, whatever. And, fours are about the structures in our lives, the foundations, the things that we hold dear and hold true to ourselves. And you've got these with the fours. It's always like, what are the four non-negotiables? What are the things that you need in your life to feel good, to feel happy, to feel content? And you've not had those things. You've not been getting those things. You've not been getting the things that make you feel happy, that make you feel content. And you've been almost lying to yourself, pretending to yourself that you have been happy, whereas there's a realization coming in January that shows you that actually that's not the case. And I feel like, it could be because of a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, or a Sag, but I really feel like this is just energy coming towards you. Like, you'll be hit with this energy. You'll feel, okay, let me do something about it. This is how I'm feeling. Let me do something about it. This is that energy with these two cards here. I've been feeling like crap. I've been feeling, let me do something about it. But remember, the focus, your sort of underlying energy is about this idea of making a decision or acting on a decision, really. You've kind of already made the decision. There's a level of clarity with the Two of Swords, but there's also a refusal almost to act on it. So it looks like there's a decision that you've already made, or that needs to be made, or that you need to act on for this next couple of weeks. And this is, it's all coming up at the same. I mean, these cards, oh my God, these cards, sorry. That was like, that was involuntary, whatever, you know what I'm saying. I couldn't help but hold that, oh gosh, in, because I tell you what, man, this is what I mean. These people with these little book, you get your tarot cards and you get a little book and you read I don't. And you read the little book and you think, oh yeah, that's what the strength card means. I tell you what, they do us a disservice, they do not tell you what the strength card is. Because, I've been off work for a couple of weeks now, haven't I? I've not been working all year, apart from like this week. I've been so ill. Oh my God. And toward the end of that illness, I suppose this was like Saturday, Sunday, I started meditating again. I started to be able to feel, normal in my body again, which was, oh God, it's so hard. Anyway, and I always, when I say to you guys, I experience the energies. Every experience I have, really, I try to relate it and feel what energy of the tarot it resonates with. And, so I was going through death, I was going through the Hermit, I was going through the Seven of Cups. And then at the end, after I went through those three energies, it was Strength and the Star card. And I always talk about the Strength card being it's really about, it's the card of karma, card of karmic cycles. And it's the card of the experience of karmic cycles, what the energetic experience of karmic cycles is like, what it's for, its function. And the reason we go through these times, like you've been going through Taurus, is to strengthen us, is to allow us to see, this wants to come out now, is to allow us to see ourselves for ourselves. And it's something that teaches us our strength, but it's only because it's a challenge to overcome it. And this suggests to me, with especially seeing the strength card, that this has been something that's been ongoing for you. And clearly, I got that impression anyway from up here, from this complete disconnect, this emotional disconnect that you've been feeling. So you've been behaving a certain way on the outside, externally. That's the sun, that's the top of the 8. And then you've got, but you feel a certain way on the inside. That's the moon, that's the bottom of the 8. That's the feminine. So a karmic cycle is about leading us through understanding those things, to connect those two things so that those two things are more connected and in more synergy. But wow, look at that. Well, aren't you glad I turned that over? So for some of you, this could have been brought about because of a relationship, a love relationship, or a soulmate connection. This is a card of soulmates. The reason we call it the card of soulmates is because it's number 2. Number 2 is about partnerships, duality, balance, diplomacy. The two things equal on the same sides. And that's why we call it the soulmate card. Cups are about love and emotions and intuition. So there's a connection that you feel with someone, a karmic connection. I've just talked about karma with this card. A karmic connection, a soulmate connection, a twin flame, whatever you... I don't feel... I do feel it's more soulmate, actually, than twin flame, to be honest. But anyway, we have this energy of a soulmate connection. And actually what it's suggestive of is that this situation that you've been going through, what might have been brought about because of a relationship, because of the end of a relationship, with it being below the 5, or the breakdown in a relationship, for example, it could be that could have been brought about, this karmic cycle for you. But what it's made you realize is that you've not been happy. You've not been taking the decisions that have been right, that you've wanted to take. You've not been where you've wanted to be. And it means, and this is what it is. It's about walking away from those things now. You really have to do that. You really got to walk away from the void that you've been feeling within yourself. Because this, if this card wasn't here, this reading would be so different. Like, if that card wasn't here, it'd be such a different reading. But I can't tell you. It's like a hole, like a well. Like the weight, the heaviness of this energy here, and it's like everything's being sucked into it. Some of you might be actually feeling depressed. If in which case, I would always suggest you go to see a doctor or to seek some medical advice. I feel like some of you have really been pouring everything into doing things externally that look good, that you think are going to help you to feel better, and actually they haven't, and actually they've made you just feel worse. And we're having a new start over this next couple of weeks. We're moving out of this energy, of this heaviness. Again, it's number 8, it's karmic love situation, basically emotional karma. And is this card, and it's about moving away from it. We've got the 8 again, which is karmic number, and the Cups energy is about our emotions, our intuitions, etc. So you've got to move, you've got to release something, and you have actually got to do that yourself, whether that's walking away from somebody, a situation that's happened. And we get a lot of that in eclipses. We get huge changes. 2019, I'm going to do a video about 2019 because I keep wanting to talk on these videos and I've not got the time, because I've got to upload these and it's going to take about 5 hours. Anyway, it'll take longer than 5 hours actually, but anyway. So 2019 is a time of huge transformations, and it's a time of realizations, revolutions, you realizing stuff about yourself, about your life, about the patterns in your life, about the things that you've kept repeating and trying to do things differently. And that's not just for you, it's for us all. It's for us all this year. The astrology is going to kick our asses this year, but it's going to be a real year of success, to be honest. So yeah, you've really got to move away from the things that have been holding you back, holding you down. you've been putting your energy into the wrong, not the wrong area. It's where you've been putting your energy has been appropriate, because you've been putting your energy and you into something that hasn't been fulfilling you. So it's like pouring it down a well, a bottomless well. You know, you're trying to store up the goodness, but actually you're trying to store it all up, but it's there's no, it's not working, it's not getting any, it's not filling up, because putting it in the wrong place. And it's like you realize this. It's like externally, there's got to be more of a relationship between what you're doing on the outside, how you're behaving, what you're saying to people, etc., how you're interacting with people, and really that's got to be a truer reflection of really what you're experiencing internally. Because for some of you are depressed or down, and you've been thinking, you've been acting a certain way because you thought, well, if I do this, if I keep working on this marriage, or if I keep working in this job or whatever, then that will eventually, I'll feel better. Go to the doctor if that's how you've been feeling. Yeah, I would say go to the doctor. January's been hard, man. It's been a hard month. It's been a hard few months. So I think it's, you know, for some of you, if you are feeling depressed, it's about making that decision to seek help, and also making a choice to do some things differently. But you don't have to really do anything. You just have to, as in, you don't have to quit your job, or you don't have to, there's new beginnings coming for you. You don't have to leave the relationship necessarily if that's not what you want to do. But it's really about acknowledging what you're experiencing and why you're in the situation that you're in. Why did you take the actions that you took to get in this situation? You know, really, what does that tell you about your emotional security and your emotional structures, about yourself? Okay, I could go on, Taurus, but I shouldn't, because I've got other readings to do. And these have got to be up in a few hours. Okay, Taurus, so I hope you liked that reading. If you did, please like and comment as well, please, my darlings, and share this content, share this video on your social media for people that you think it might be useful